Welcome viewers to our learning channel. This is the series on Microsoft Excel for beginner and this is session 2. In our previous session, you have not watched that, so the link is given in the description. We started from basic Excel, how to open Excel file, how to create tables like this, and then do the alignment and formatting of tables. And this was the basic example of showing you how to create such type of table, use the sum function and the percentage function to obtain percentage and total. And we also discuss how to apply some conditional formatting and icon sets and different template. Now in this second session, we will go ahead with some more advanced options. We developed this table in our previous session. If you have not watched that, so the link is given in the description. In this session, we will discuss how to obtain now the grades with if function and remarks for our data. And I will also show you another example of employees data if you want to calculate monthly wages, daily work time, etc., minimum, maximum, average. So all this we will discuss in this session. If you want to learn some more advanced levels, so visit my channel. Here you will see these playlists of MS Excel, MS Access, some advanced level of Microsoft Excel. So you can watch these videos. There are hundreds of tutorials available on MS Excel, Access, PowerPoint, MS Word, other learning tips, SPSS, online data collection like Google Form, KOBO, and all these sessions are also available where you can watch and learn regarding these softwares. Now, for example, if we have developed such type of table and we want to obtain grades and remarks for these different percentages. So for grade, for example, if someone percentage is greater than or equal to 80%, so that should be grade A. And then if we decide that 70 greater than or equal to 7% should be grade B, and similarly 60%, and then we can go ahead with the 40% and below. Lesser than 40%, so that should be grade E. And next remarks criteria for this, for example, we decide that this should be pass, and this one also should be passed, and this one is fail. For example, if we decide on this criteria, that this is my criteria and which I want to apply to this whole database. For example, if it's a lot more than this, so you can type your criteria in this way, and then you can apply the if function to obtain grades and remarks for your table. Now, what is the function with which I can obtain these grades for the students? And after that, I will show you another example also of this type of data. Here we are going to decide about the grade. So for this, the function is equal to if small bracket this percentage is greater than or equal to 80%. So I will type 80%, comma, value if true. If this is true, so what? So it should be grade A. So I will type in inverted commas in the quotes grade A, then comma. Then again another if function, because I will have to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 functions. So another if, then again range this same K4. K4 is this K column, and this is the fourth number row. So that's why it's K4. This is the reference to this cell. So if this K4 is greater than or equal to, now I will say 70%. 70%, comma, value if true, it should be grade B. So in the quotes, I will type grade B, then comma. again if K4 is greater than or equal to, K4 is this cell, this percent cell. If this is greater than or equal to 60%, comma, it should be grade C. We have decided about this grade C, comma, if this K4, again this cell, is greater than or equal to, now I will say 40%. 40%. So it should be in the quotes, I will type D, sorry, D, then comma. Now I do not need to use another if function because I have completed all these criteria. Now I have another option of value if false. If it's neither 80%, 70, 60, 40, then what? So that would obviously be below 40%. So that should be E. So I will just type here E, close the bracket. Now I will have to close the brackets. So I have basically opened 1, 2, 3, 4 brackets. So I will close 4 brackets here and enter. So here you see it says it's grade B because it's above 70%, not above 80%. So it's grade B. Now if I drag it below, so you see all these grades are applied. B, E, E. This one is E, this one is E, this one is C, this one is E, this one is 69%. So it's C. Now the remarks. So again, I can use the if function. And similarly, simple. If someone percentage is above 40%, so that should be pass. And if below 40%, so that should be fail. So here I just need one if function. If this percentage is greater than or equal to 40%, comma, it should be in the quotes, I will type pass. Otherwise, value if false, it should be fail. Then close the bracket. So here you see pass. Now I will drag it. This one is 25, 32 fail, fail. This one is 20 fail because these are below 40%. So you can apply this type of formula. For example, we have employees data, and on monthly basis we are doing some calculations. So these are the names, these are department, this is per day wages, and these are the days worked in a month, and then monthly wage if you are paying them on daily basis, on daily worked basis. So here you can do that. If you are doing it according to per hour wage, so then you can do it like this also. So let me first show you how to design such type of table, because you see here it's there is no proper attraction in the table. So if you want to apply designing, and then you want to obtain total, average, maximum, minimum, and the monthly wages and the pay per hour or the pay, and if you want to use a formula per hour time, so all that we will do here in this session. Now first let's design it. So here I have typed name, department, per day wage, days worked, monthly wage. I have already shown you how to develop this table in the previous session. So select the table that you want to design. Now go to, either you can go to here, the format as table options. There are different designs available to you. You can use these designs also. If you do not want to use these designs, if you want to use your own designs, then in the home tab, come to this border area. Here, click more borders. Now here you have some options. This is the line width. You can increase the width. Here you see it's a little bit thicker. So I am using this one. Color, let's take this color. Now for which of the borders you want this color? None. I want it for the inside tables only. And then click OK. So here you can see now there is a design. Now you can change the color of the column heads. For example, let's take this one. And here for these total average also you can apply the same format. So for that you just select these cells, any of the row, select any of the row and click this format painter, which is available in home. Click and drag it on these cells, so you will have the same designs for these cells also. You can apply this same format to these cells also. Select these, the area that you want to use format painter for. Click format painter and drag it on the cells that you want to be similar to that format. So here you can see we have the same format for this one also. Now let's apply the formulas. If someone per day wage is like this, for example, it's different for different employees, and these are the days that person has worked in this month. Now what will be the monthly salary of this person according to the days? If your monthly salary is not dependent upon the days work, then you will have already decided about the monthly wage, so you can type that monthly wage. But if you are doing it to calculate on the days worked, so is equal to per day wage multiply by this asterisk sign and then the days worked. Enter. So here you will have the monthly wage of that person. Copy and drag it below. Now if you are doing it according to per hour wage, hours worked per day. So per hour wage, for example, this is per hour wage and you are doing it for a week, for example, on weekly basis. And the weekly total hours that you have decided is 40 hours per week. So now here pay per week is equal to the per hour wage multiplied by hours worked. And here you can drag it. Now, if you have a system of overtime also, and you want to use overtime also, so just click this column, right click, here you will have this insert option, insert a column. Now here, overtime hours. Let's calculate first overtime hours. Now, basically, what is the basic function? Total hours are 40. So what will be the overtime hours? Overtime hours will obviously be hours worked minus 40. Now this one is minus 1 because he has not even completed the total hours, so there would not be any overtime hours, and you can drag it. Now wherever you see a digit with plus, so that means that person has done more than 40 hours, and these are the number of hours. And if this is minus, so it means that that person has not done not completed even the 40 hours. Now if you do not want these minus digits, you just want that here I should get overtime hours if someone has done more than 40 hours, and if someone has not done more than 40 hours, so there I should see only 0. So for that, then you will need to use if function. If small bracket, this is greater than or equal to 40. If this hours worked is greater than or equal to 40, what should be the value if true? So it should give me, simply I will type a formula in the bracket now here, that hours worked minus 40, small bracket close. Now comma, value if false, if someone has not done more than 40 hours, then you just type here 0, nothing, enter. So here you see it's 0 now, it's not minus 1, because this person has not done more than 40 hours. Now if I drag this function, so you won't see those minus digits, you can see only those which you see this person has done 40 hours work, so here you see 0. This one has done 42, so here you see 2 hours more. Now per week pay will be add these hours also if you want to pay them the extra hours work, overtime work. So the simple way here, either you can create another column for overtime pay and then total pay, for example like this. Let me select this column, cut, Control X and paste it here. So per week wage we have already obtained. Now this is the overtime. So let's obtain overtime pay. Now overtime pay will be is equal to pay per hour multiplied by overtime pay and drag it below. So here you can see this is the overtime pay. Now here I can use another column, paste pay per week total, both the actual works hour and the actual hours worked and the overtime. So now here pay per week plus overtime pay and drag it below. So here you can see now, select this column and we can apply the format, click clipboard, sorry, click format painter and apply here. So this is now the total pay. Here we have this column blank. We do not want this. So just select the column and delete. And here you have now according to that function. Now if you want to obtain total, average, maximum, minimum, so you want to click here is equal to sum, select the whole column, the range this whole column, close. So this is the total. Now you can copy and paste it under each column and you will get the total at the end. See, it's now obtaining the total for every column that you want. Now if you want the average, so is equal to average, small bracket, select this whole column and close the bracket. So here you can see the average. Per day wage total is 18,000 and average is 1,535. Now just copy, paste. So you will get the average under each column. Here you can see. Now you want maximum. What is the maximum number and minimum number? So max max, small bracket, select that column, close the bracket. So here you will have the maximum. You want to obtain the minimum, min, range this column, close the bracket. So here you have the maximum. The maximum per day wage is 1980 and the minimum is this. Now you can copy both these cells, paste, paste. So you can have the maximum, minimum, average and total for all these columns that you have. Now if you want to develop some graphs on this, or if you want to add some more details, so you can add any other detail that you want. For example, if I want a chart on the name and monthly wage, so you can just select the name column, then with control select the monthly wage column, both the column you have selected, go to insert. Here these are all types of charts. You can go to all charts from here, recommended chart, this is the recommended one, these are, and here you can go to all charts, whichever chart you want. For example, if I want this column one, so okay. So here you can see we have these monthly wage chart available. If you want the chart on the total, average and maximum, minimum, so you can select that and go to and select the overall column with control, insert, recommended chart, and here you can see that this is the total, this is the average, this is the maximum, this is the minimum, and you can use it for any such type of information. If you do not want to include total, so just select average, maximum, minimum, and from here with control select these three, go to recommended chart, and here you see average, this is the maximum, this is the minimum. So you can visualize your data with these graphs on this way. If you want for a chart to select different columns which are not adjacent, so select the first column and then whichever column you want to select, so use control and then select that column, so you will have a selection on only those columns which you want for chart or graph. So in this way you can create this type of simple information which you can use, and here you can see these decimal places. If you want to remove these decimal places, select, and here you can decrease or increase the decimal places in the home tab under this number format. So you can decrease them. This is decreased now. Here also you can decrease the decimal and you won't see those decimals. Now for the hours worked, the average is 41. Every person has average, on average basis, every person has worked for 41 hours, more than the usual 40 hours.